Y'all want to follow Josh?
We'll follow him everywhere. I know. I think it's easy to stop him. Nothing won't go wrong.
You guys know what this is?
Yeah. Now, what is this going to be?
This is a mock-up part of the star station. Oh, wow. You know what that is?
Yeah.
That's what this is right here. That's actually one of the canisters that are in the ship. So the solar panels rotate on...
Or the ISS?
Yeah. Andrew, no, we're gonna go in node 2, right? Right. You can shove up into that little outlet. Why can't?
I love how you just say sky.
Yes, I know. And when they have children and they come into the child's classroom, they're dad.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's the thing about my job, because I get asked that all the time about, you know, what it's like to work with my children. I've learned something. You always need something in your life that's sometimes a little mystery.
Yeah.
It's like when you find that thing.
It's
just a guy. What about Santa Claus? No, this is a one-to-one mock-up station. You see the real size of it. And that's what's cool about that. So that is Zarya right there. That is Vesta. Yeah, those are like. Zarya obviously went up in 1998. First piece were built. The thing we always tell people is that just 8 weeks later and never took up our first two communities. Those pieces had never even been on the same side of the planet. And they went together flawlessly.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of the station. I said that people need to talk about them more often because that shows the power of engineering. No one knows how enough. But it's a cool thing that this stuff kind of works flawlessly.
Has there ever been an issue? I can't remember when they've been mating and stuff. I can't ever remember
times where the
a major
bolt, you know, we
issue.
got bolts and latches. There's been some times when the bolts have kind of, either because of thermal or whatever it is, they've kind of gone slow. And that's one thing that we're doing that's complicated for some people watching this right now. And purple is good. When it turns purple, if they're latched, and sometimes it just takes some time. Yeah.
We both been there.
No, it's never not fit, but it's gone, you know, behind.
So for something like that, sourcing the parts, do they use the same vendors?
Yeah.
Slacking off on the job.
Maybe.
And I did see an engine test.
Raffaello is, do you know where Raffaello is?
I think it's still down at the...
It's a cave.
Yeah, it's down at the cave still. In the facility in the station.
And Donatello never got to fly.
Did you guys have questions about Space Station? I do talk about that a lot.
Yeah. So these are the actual trainers when they do like the B-rolls. They show the crew training.
Yeah, see, so we watch, when we're doing commentary, we watch, there's a quad split of the 4 channels coming down. If somebody had changed mine over to these, because we have another quad split that is these trainers, and they're almost the same cameras and everything. Yeah. And I'm sitting there doing commentary.
Have you got the back yet for the wireless?
No. And I just kind of went.
It's available, I think.
It literally threw me off for about 5 minutes. I kind of went.
I want to get one. Real bad.
Oh, it's good. So yeah, they do a lot of training in here. Now there's other systems trainers that we have where they actually do, it's kind of like we did with Shuttle. They would practice in here for Shuttle, but they had really 5 where they actually flew it in the market and stuff like that. So this is really kind of
there's a rack.
There. They do other versions of drills in here, so we actually have a machine that will fog up the place.
It reminds me of the smoke machine when I flew for Frontier. We go to United, and they fill the thing with pitch dark.
It'd be much fun to move around.
Yeah. You guys know the 3 emergencies they train for?
Not here, up there, yeah. What?
The 3 emergencies they train for?
Fire, MMOD impacts.
Loss of pressure. What's number 3? Toxic. Some kind of toxic release or something. Those are the 3 big ones that they train for. And they do it all the time. Last time I was on the air, they were doing it.
Do they ever do anything really normal in their training? Because most of our flight training, nothing ever goes normal. And it's awkward when you're actually there and something does go right.
I had to, I'll tell you, I had to sit in 14 sims for 133 for that launch. Wow. 14. Part of it's because it got delayed from like October to February. No, the only one that went right was the very last one. That was it. So I was kind of bummed out we didn't do an RTLS or a TAL. I got really good at doing RTLS.
I gotta get a picture of that sign. That's just fun.
Which one? Yeah, and no food and drinks allowed.
Did you survive the RTLS?
I did.
Oh.
Crew did too.
Oh, PMA.
Enter the space station coming this way. So it's a mental game. Yeah.
You can get it from the other side too. No, I guess not. Said, well, I guess not. Probably can't go around the other side. There's a reason that's there.
Yeah.
If y'all want to follow Josh, he's gonna take you on the other side.
Everybody?
Is everybody? Okay, so this is Station CDR Kelly. That's how you know him. But he's also Scott Kelly, who is he flew on Space Shuttle for STS-103, and he also flew as the commander of Space Shuttle on STS-118. And then most recently, he was the commander of the space station, which is what he's going to talk to you about, where he stayed for 159 days.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming today. And first of all, I want to thank you for your interest in the space program and NASA and promoting NASA via social media. It's a incredible outreach tool for us, and we appreciate your help in getting our message out. This is my helper, Charlotte. She was supposed to be in Space Center Houston camp today, but woke up with a kind of a nasty cough, so don't get too close to her. Although she has these pictures, so I don't know if you want to touch her. Anyway, so this is the mock-up of the space station. It's a life-size mock-up, but the modules aren't in the exact same places they are on the space station because you wouldn't be able to fit the thing in this room. But it's pretty close. What also isn't mocked up here is the solar arrays that we have on the space station. Obviously, those are very, very large and wouldn't even come close to being able to fit in this room. Over here we have the Japanese pressurized module, the JPM, which is the Japanese laboratory module. Next to that is Node 2, which, and it's interesting, I don't really refer to the modules as Evo and Harmony. The crew members don't really do that. That's more of a public affairs thing because it sounds cooler, but we just really call them, the lab, Node 1, 2, and 3, Columbus. Although we do refer to Columbus as Columbus, though. But anyway, I think we can go inside the module somewhat and walk around. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So on top of the JPM is the JLP, and that's a logistics module. It's really a big closet. Follow me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is on video.
You didn't see that? Yeah.
We can fit everyone in.
Once everyone's in, then you turn off gravity, right?
Yeah. There's a switch. At least that's what my grandmother thought.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt. I've got to limit this to 12 people at a time, so I'm going to have to pull about half the people out.
Okay.
If you don't mind doing it twice.
Yeah, I'll only talk in here for a few minutes, then we'll take kind of a walk around the...
Appreciate that. Yeah, so if I can have about half of you come on out. Keep everybody up that way is good, and then I'll bring the other folks in. Sorry, we're limited. You can stay. We're limited to 12 people at a time.
So this is the Japanese lab, or the JPM, Japanese pressurized module. The real one, for some odd reason, seems a little bit bigger. But now I'm told this is, it's a full-size mock-up. But the real one, for whatever reason, just seems larger. And maybe I think it probably is. I don't think this is exactly the right dimensions. The racks in here, some of them are similar to what we have on the space station, but some of them are not. We don't have something that looks like this with all these planes. But we do have spiders up there now. They just recently got up there and they're doing some experiment. I'm not aware of the details of what it is, but they're just these two spiders just got on board.
And I think some fish too.
There's some fish too, yeah. But it doesn't look like this. But this rack is actually one that's up there, one of the science racks. But the Japanese module is basically a science module. That's really all that's done there. There's the robotics workstation for the Japanese robot arm. And there's also an airlock, a small airlock. You couldn't put a person in it, but you can put hardware in it to allow you to get hardware in and out of the space station. Why don't, if you guys don't have any questions, we can swap out with the other group and then continue the tour around the outside.
All right.
You know, can I get my picture taken with you really fast?
Sure. Got it.
Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you. Do you mind if I do too? And I read your tweet that you sent out. I was really pleased.
Got it.
You got retweeted a lot too.
Well, apparently the resident photographer for today. Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a lot faster than you think.
Come on in.
Spider coming. Okay.
Watch your step, watch your head. I don't have to worry about that.
Good.
Yeah, we got the flying space with Scott Kelly.
That's so cool.
Safe flight.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
By the way, thank you for all that you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. This is great.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Looks like we lost. They've all been up right here. I thought we had more people inside on the first go around. Everybody's so busy with your fingers. You guys have any questions about anything that you're seeing? or
Captain
hearing?
Speedy Thumbs.
How long do they train on for the? I mean, is it like constant always?
Yeah, pretty much. Once they are assigned to
I got to see the real Harmony on the ground about 8 years ago.
a really. While they're training in real time, look at the aircraft flying in this facility, not necessarily in this specific mock-up.
I forgot about these.
Yeah, they don't use it every day. Some of the, like, U.S. laboratory mock-ups, those been used very much. They'll do a lot of their experiment
I
training.
wonder how many times I'm going to trip on that thing today.
Just don't hurt yourself.
They'll use this facility and then they use the simulator facility on their
Is it blowing up Twitter?
So this, as you can
Probably.
see, it's
Good.
sort of reaching visibility, the tactile end of the training, where everything is located. They do emergency training in this facility. Actually, we fill it up with smoke, generate smoke, fill it up with smoke. They have to get all of their gas masks and safety gear and get to their, their staging location, depending on where they were when the fire occurred or when the emergency occurred. So they do that training over here, and then they do the actual system operations training over there.
So the cosmonauts, like, over here.
Yeah.
Do they do it together? Or do
Yeah.
they-
Yeah. Once they start training for an increment, they train together as they crew. The three crew members will stay together. There might be some joint training because we have an increment of 3 that will overlap 2 other increments, one at the beginning, one at the end. So they will have a little bit of training with those members. It's really nice that
Yeah, I look forward to flying again. I don't know what you've seen in this building, but we'll walk around this way. So JPM is connected to Node 2, and Node 2 is where you have your sleeping quarters. It's mostly really a kind of a habitation model. It does have its own systems, but we really just use it for sleeping, and it's where the visiting vehicles connect to. So this Japanese cargo module and the SpaceX module, both of those recently attached to the bottom of Node 2. So the station's robot arm that would be connected to the U.S. laboratory module on the bottom would grab the Japanese cargo vehicle or the SpaceX vehicle and then dock it to the bottom of the space station. That would be like that right over here. These are the guys that are up there right now. So this is Columbus.
Columbus is an ESA science module, and it's unique on the space station because it doesn't have any windows. It's the only module that doesn't have any windows, and they decided not to put any windows in it because it's just cheaper, which is kind of unfortunate that there are no windows inside the Columbus module. Hey, Lisa? Yeah, let me ask where we can go from here. Hey, Lisa?
When I was in MSL, no one strapped to me.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Sure, but I got a kick out of it.
mechanically produced images.
If you guys got any questions, just feel free to ask.
The cupola? Do we have a vision of a view of the cupola any place?
Yeah, there's one over here.
Okay.
I think it's still over there.
Well, this is a surprising thing about the ISS.
You know, on my shuttle flight, which we were there for like 10 days, there really wasn't anything that was... Well, one thing that was surprising was how quiet it was. I thought it would be louder. U.S. segment's pretty quiet. Russian segment's louder. You know, the air is pretty good quality for the most part. Sometimes you feel some like carbon dioxide effects. There's some dust.
Yeah, if we can just do a walk and talk.
Yeah,
we don't have access to anything, so if we can just do a walk and talk, that would be great. Thank you very much.
The other thing that's surprising, like living on the space station, is how comfortable you get after about a month being up there. You really get, you know, you feel like you were meant to live in zero G. So this is a U.S. laboratory module, which, in addition to a science module, is also kind of like the command or control center of the space station. It's where you, you know, you do science, but it's also where most of the systems are, and you control the space station from there.
Which is the first node you come into when you talk?
Well,
Shuttle or Soyuz?
Yeah, the shuttle docks to the front of node 2. There's a docking adapter there called a PMA. If you come on a Soyuz, you dock to one of 4 different places. These miniature research modules, or the docking compartment, or the back of the service module. And then this is the airlock. There's 2 parts. One is the crew lock, where you actually go outside into space. The other part is where you get suited up in the spacesuits. One thing that's interesting about this, and some of the guys, some of the people that do spacewalks have commented, when you open that hatch, straight down is the Earth at 250 miles. So it's if it's your first spacewalk and you're coming out during the day, it looks like it's a pretty big fall. Now, if you let go, you're not going to fall, but because you're falling already.
But your body fights against that problem.
Yeah, I've launched both on the shuttle and the Soyuz, and it's they're a lot different. Both launch and landing. The shuttle has 7 million pounds of thrust, and when those solid rocket motors light, you feel every pound of that 7 million pounds. It's just like instant acceleration, whereas the Soyuz are liquid engines, and when they initially light, the rocket doesn't actually start lifting off until it burns a little bit of its mass, and it kind of lifts off slower. What's different with the Soyuz, though, is that on the shuttle, when the solids come off, the main engines are already lit, so you don't get this feeling of hitting, going from 0 G and then this instant acceleration. Whereas on the Soyuz, between the second and third stage, the engines aren't really, although they light under G, when that second stage cuts off, you get kind of like thrown into your straps and then slam back into the seat, kind of like on that movie Apollo 13 during the launch. So it's that's kind of impressive. Coming back is very different on the Soyuz versus the shuttle. You know, the shuttle lands like a big airplane, and it's you know, seems very controlled, and you know, the pilots or the commander is landing it. In the case of the Soyuz, it's much more dynamic. When the drogue chute opens, you feel like you're being thrown around so much that if you weren't strapped in to the seat, you'd probably be killed just when the chute opens. Wow. And the same thing when you hit the ground. It's like it's kind of like going over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Is the feeling you get. But you know, in this case, you're on fire while you're doing it. Anyway, this is node 1, and it's connected to PMA1, and PMA1 is used to connect the U.S. segment of the space station, which includes all the international partners that aren't the Russians, and then on this side you have the Russian segment of the space station. And it is kind of different. The lighting's different. The walls are different. I mean, it really looks like two different space stations built, you know, using, you know, two different methods, and you know, the smell is different. The air feels different. Acoustically, it's different. So although we work together and it's a great partnership, it really does seem a lot like two different space stations when you go between the U.S. segment and the Russian segment. So this is the Russian, it's called the FGB. It's a cargo module, and we call it, you know, the Russian FGB, but the United States really owns it because we, you know, paid to have the Russians build it. So it is actually U.S. property, although it's not really treated like a not really operated like a U.S. module. The Russians actually operate it. This is the cupola. The cupola is attached to the bottom of node 3, which goes off the side of node 1. So this is would actually be upside down, looking down at the Earth.
Is that like a flight span?
And it's an engineering mock-up. Engineering, yeah, you could probably, you know, use it with a lot of money, certify that for flight.
Was that installed when you were on board?
No, this was up there when well before I got up there, maybe a year before.
What were your
But-
thoughts when you first
Huh?
what were your thoughts when you first saw that window and the cupola open? Because I can't even visualize something like that. We have you to tell us about that.
You know, it's a pretty cool view. It's somewhat similar to the shuttle when it's not docked to the space station, and you know, you got, you know, all the windows on the flight deck of the shuttle looking down at the Earth. So it's not like it was a view, you know, I'd never experienced anything similar. Certainly it's incredible to have this, you know, basically 360-degree view of the Earth. You can actually, if you actually like lie in here like this and open up the window, it's much different. You actually, you know, almost feel like you're outside. I would, you know, on the weekends, like before anyone else was up, I'd get in there, I'd open up all the windows, I'd put on my headset, listen to some really good music, and just go like one orbit around the Earth, which took about 90 minutes on, you know, during our free time on the weekends. And it was really really an incredible experience. Yeah. So we don't have a whole lot of time left, so we'll continue walking this way. I think I was told I have about 2 minutes. And then you guys
He was on 134 and
I don't know if anyone talked to you about this Soyuz.
Yes.
But this is actually, I don't even think it's a mock-up. I think it's Soyuz probably flew on a pressure vessel. But here's how the Soyuz looks. Yeah, so the Soyuz has 3 modules. It has an instrumentation compartment on the bottom, which you can't see. This is the descent module, which is where you sit for ascent as well. And then up on the top is the habitation module. Very tight quarters in there, and much different than flying on a space shuttle. But it works very well, very effective. You guys got any questions?
What are your thoughts on launch the same day and dock the same day? It seems appealing, but
I actually like it. It does have some challenges. It would be great if you could get out of the suit for a little while, because being in that suit for probably about 10 hours would be a problem. The other challenge for a lot of us, and me included, would be sitting in that very cramped position for so long. I think I could do it, but I'd probably have to get some cortisone shots in my knees, you know, a few days before launch, because it's very, you know, even, you know, in the current way we do it, you know, docking 48 hours and being in that seat for about 4 hours is extremely painful. You know, borderline for some people, like excruciatingly painful. So to spend another, you know, 4 or 5 hours in it, I think I would do it, and I would actually want to do it, because the 48 hours you spend in the Soyuz getting to the space station is mind-numbingly boring, because you really can't look out at the Earth because of the attitude it's in, and there's one window that points at the Earth, but you can't look at it out of that window very much because it doesn't have any UV shielding, so you can damage your eyes.
But they rotate it a little slow.
And they rotate it, so it's, and then you have nothing to do. I remember looking at my watch on the day of docking, and I'm like, we don't dock for another 18 hours. I had nothing to do. It was like the worst detention in the world. Anyway, I think you guys got to get going. So, yeah.
oh, Scott, can I get one more picture with you with my camera?
Sure.
Mine?
Yeah.
Can I beg you if we have time to photo with them?
Yeah. If you'll return the favor.
Sure.
Hey, so I'll turn you guys back over to Amiko and Lisa here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe I'll see you guys later.
We'll be around.
This afternoon. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Nasta.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, my pleasure. Challenger Center.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
See you guys back. Hanging in there?
Yeah, my pleasure. Nice meeting you. Hope you enjoy
Hey, Mike.
hope you enjoy the tour today.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, got it.
Hey, yeah, nice meeting you too.
Thank you very much.
I down on me now.
Yeah, what?
Hey-o. Did I get it?
Oh my god.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem. I may have gotten my hand with this thing, but I have no idea. Heck yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah.
Actually, station mark is... Oh, cool, SpaceX.
How do you know?
Keep calm and carry. Shuttle. Yeah. Yeah. I don't remember.
Okay.
Too much cool stuff around. I tell you, we'll hold this for just a second. You bet. Ugh. People tweeting me like crazy. That was awesome.
Can you imagine sitting in that Soyuz for
48
5
hours?
minutes, let alone
Oh,
48 hours?
yeah, the way he explained it.
Oh,
Yeah, like going over.
I like the barrel on fire bit.
Yeah.
Didn't Leo say that?
Did you guys see Drew Fustel?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Woo! Right side. Quick, somebody grab it. Go, go, go. Are you on the van?
Yeah, I'm on this one.
Okay, cool.
Hello again.